Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The First Watch. I am your humble dungeon master, Andrew Coons. I'm super excited to be here tonight. We're going to popcorn around and introduce ourselves for those of you who might be joining us for the first time. But we've got a really fun session for you tonight. We're going to get into some RP. We're going to get into some throwing hands. It's going to be a good time. So let's go around, and I'm going to kick it to Mr. Blake C. Francis.
Yeah, he's excited. He's about to kill us tonight, y'all. So that's what he's spoke tonight. He's like, "You're about to die."
Let's go.
So hello everybody. I'm Blake playing Grokus Darkbringer, who's he is a dwarf. I'm gonna pass it to Dana.
Hi, I'm Dana. I'm going to be playing Artemis Valor, an Asmar wizard, and you can find me on social media at A Bit Meddlesome, and I'm going to pass it to Shannon.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon. I am from Paradise Productions. You can find me on all socials at sroby25. Over there, I play a rogue, but here I play a gunslinging cowgirl named Daisy May, and I'm real excited for combat, just to do some explosive shit. Quite literally. I'm gonna throw it to Cheryl.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Cheryl. I'm playing Pry, the Tiefling Rogue, and you can find me variously on social media as the Roving Naturalist and running the Nature Check project. And I'll throw it to Darby.
Hello, my name is Darby. You can find me on the internet as Chaotic Darby. And I'm playing Peony, your lovable artificer, only an artificer, definitely not a ranger at all. Oh, who's left?
You have to guess.
Dang, sorry, Casey.
What's up, guys? I am Casey McNeil. I am playing the half-elf bard / warlock Uranus. You can find me on the interwebs at _Casey McNeil or at Casey McNeil. And I think that's it. So I'm going to throw it back to Andrew, who hopefully gets to hit us with his monster tonight.
We'll see, because the last time I got 0 attacks in. Zero.
It was great.
0. It was not.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
You know,
in fact, the last 2 times you got 0 hits in.
Actually.
Little physical hits.
Guys, stop talking. That means it's gonna get all the hits in tonight.
Andrew's suddenly adding a couple zeros to the
right?
end of the HP.
Right? Shush.
It does not roll for attacks. It auto hits. I'm sorry. It's what the rules say. It's
Oh,
what the rules
and
say.
Anthos morphies magic missiles.
Yes.
Great minds.
Well, before we get into tonight and our exciting monster hunt to come, let's go ahead and roll that intro sequence. The party has struck a deal with Elixia, one of the top lieutenants of the Three Blades. This deal allows them to move safely around the city of Floros from level to level, conduct their business, do pretty much anything they want to do, as long as they also go into the Dwarven mines and reconstruct the machine that is being built down there in the forge. There was a signed contract that requires this to be done within 1 month's time. So, As of last session, you all were dealing with kind of the emotional fallout of all of that, with Grokus especially being torn up about the idea of a cleric signing a deal with a fiend, a deal with the devil. And you all in various ways tried to show your support, but it's going to be a journey for Grokus as he grapples with this. Last time, we also were introduced yet again to Daisy May, Shannon's gunslinger character, who you had a previous short run-in to kind of kick off our adventure, but then at the end of that combat, you all had splitted ways, and you were not sure exactly what had happened to Daisy May. She heard about the deal that was made and found you all. Was pretty sneaky, but was found out by Peony's insane passive perception. And upon conversation, what was revealed is that in defeating Gormer, one of the lower level lieutenants in the Three Blades organization, Daisy May laid claim to Gormer's position and is now herself a lieutenant under Broback Great Brew and his organization, however, with the intention of working from the inside to take Broback down. So, alliances are still there, and you all did some shopping and some purchasing of potions and whatnot, and eventually went back to Realmshield, which is the Monster Hunters Guild that kind of defends the area from encroaching beasts and whatnot. You have been given an invitation by Azure Nock, the leader of Realmshield, at least this chapter of it, who is a kind of a blue dragonborn warrior. And she had said, you had reached out to her in hopes of an allyship against Elixio, and she had indicated that she was interested, but to come by the guild hall. You did, you had some food, and where we ended last time was her sitting down heavily at the table, slamming her elbows on with a big smile, and looking about at all of you and just saying, so who's ready to go on the monster hunt? And that is where we pick up tonight. So, as Azure looks at all of you with, she's been friendly, but there's an energy to her. She's almost like squirming in her seat and almost like bouncing a little bit, and this kind of big reptilian smile is cracked across her face, and she's looking at all of you very intently, and she's like, are you armed and ready?
Armed and ready. What are we hunting?
We're not sure exactly what it is. That's part of the fun. We've got some intel, but it's fuzzy.
What do you know, then?
So, outside of town, we begin to get to the normal reports. A sheep or a cow going missing, and eventually a couple of travelers reported that some sort of large beast grabbed one of their members from off the road and dragged them into the woodlands. Came running into town about it. We've known about this for a few, maybe about a week now. But most recently, we sent a few of our own agents out to see if we could investigate. And her expression kind of turned somber at this point. She's like, unfortunately, the three that we sent did not come back yet. We have hopes that they have, that they might just be injured and holed up somewhere. This was yesterday that they went, but having been 24 hours, we need to send more people out. So normally it would be myself and Tamir, and she motions to the half-elf gentleman who's kind of been there before. But in the spirit of garnering an alliance, we thought perhaps you all, well, normally we send 2 or 3, but to send all of you, it'd be essentially an army for us. Should get the job done in no time.
Oh, so if it'll be easy, then yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, easy.
We assume it's easier than if we just had a couple of us, but I don't know what it is yet.
You seem very excited, but also you use the word send, so are we just going just us?
No, normally it
you?
would have been myself and Tamir. We don't want to have too many people out, so I would provide escort. Tamir would stay behind. I mean, that gives us, and she starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With myself, that would be 8, which would be quite a large troop.
Should
So
be easy enough.
You help me with this. There's some gold to line your pockets. Perhaps, treasure that we find there. Who knows what type of lair this creature has. And on top of that, on top of your cut of what the city pays us, we would have built some trust between you and I. as we look forward to other endeavors here in the city.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
We could use the distraction.
Could also use the money.
Distractions are good, money is better. This gives you both of them. It's a win-win, as long as we all come back with our lives, that is.
Why wouldn't we come back with our lives? What could go wrong?
So many things. We could be shot, we could be bitten, we could be poisoned, we could be dragged under the water, we could be...
I think that's not my accent. I think that was a rhetorical question.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I don't...
That's all
not
right.
used. But,
Do we go now?
well, we would probably want to get one last night of sleep, and
That's
then
fair.
head out first thing, first light, in order to hopefully catch this creature when it is just waking.
Ooh.
So, eat up, drink up, and in the morning I will rouse you, and we will be on our way.
Hey.
And she
Yeah, Ronis is gonna get drunk.
she grabs a wooden
Get
bowl
to it.
and just dunks it into the pot of stew and like gets herself a big serving and then kind of gets up and walks off to be with her people.
Dorcas gets up and walks to bed.
All right.
Yeah,
Anybody
Artemis
else?
can stay with Uranus and get drunk.
Okay.
Happily. Yeah.
Okay. How drunk are we talking?
Not like
Not like blackout drunk.
washed, but
Okay.
you know,
Suddenly,
in a good place.
In a good place. Yeah.
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 As
He buzzed.
Okay.
as Artemis is starting to drink, Pry will kind of like scoot over and be like, so did you not want to do that thing you asked me about?
Maybe.
Either way, I don't really know where all of us are or where we're going, so.
I would say we could maybe put it off one more night. See how this goes for us. Okay. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too.
For anybody partaking in some craft cocktails and local IPAs, if you could roll a con save for me. Now, I'm taking into account that you're not getting blackout, but we're going to see how much of a hangover you've got in the morning.
Oh man.
I'll hang out for a little bit.
Okay.
I would like to hang
David,
out for a
joining
little
in.
bit.
Yeah.
Constitution. Yes.
It's not bad. Is it a saving throw or a check?
Saving throw.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, good. Oh, Artemis.
Yeah.
Same. Oh,
Artemis.
Yeah.
I don't have roll
Ooh.
20 up or D&D Beyond up. What'd you get? You got a 1? Oh, no.
Dang.
Oh, no.
dang, Casey's not much better with a 5. Verona's
Yeah.
getting that 5, so
I got a 15.
15, you're fine, Daisy May. You,
I
You
can
fine.
hold my drink.
Yep. Peony, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
A 16. You're fine as
Alright.
well. Oh, man. that
Magic
5's
music.
rough.
I love you guys so much.
Yeah.
You guys are my best friends. And adventuring together is so awesome.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Hey. there
is
we go.
Verona's playing any
Yay.
music too? Is he gonna play any tunes while he is getting...
He
How
will
can he
very
not?
clumsily play some tunes.
Uranus, you wake up with pretty bad headache and a little bit of that kind of up in your throat type feeling. Artemis, that's a nat 1.
Yeah,
I'm so
That's
sorry.
a nat one.
I'm not going to give you a level of exhaustion because that's just mean. However, I will say you have disadvantage on initiative checks
Okay.
for today.
Okay.
Just being a little slower to get into action. But past that, no other consequences. But splitting headache, not feeling good. So much regret.
So grumpy.
When we wake up the next morning, I'll kind of like clap my hand on your shoulder.
Ugh.
How you doing this morning, buddy?
So loud.
Am I loud? I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Are we yelling?
Please. Guys.
That
looks
I
a little bit of a rough night.
Like, she's done. She's
Before-
already done.
Before Peony heads down, could she do something quietly in her
She
area?
could,
real
yeah.
quick? Could she pull out the little amulet that she took and just like sit in a corner and just go like, "Hello, I'm Peony. Nice to meet you. I'm sure you know about our friend Crocus. He's awesome and cool. He's very devoted to you. He's very upset right now. I'm very grumpy. Hopefully not forever. But if you could pretty please keep an eye on him today, please. Yes, thank you. Okay. I don't know how to end this, so I
In the classical prayer to Enor ending,
raspberries.
bye. Yes. Darby, would you roll a religion check for me, please?
okay.
Yo, if she rolls higher than I do, all these checks would be so mad.
Triple class.
I get to reroll once. I'm so happy to be a halfling.
That's where you are, Lord.
Cool. 16.
That's 16. It's not bad.
Yeah, 16.
You speak to the amulet of Enor, the god of justice and fair dealings and balance, as Grokus has always put it. And there's no beam of light from the heavens. There's no whisper in your ear. But there's a strange... You're not a religious person, generally. But there's a strange warmth that comes over you, and you're not sure, is it some sort of supernatural presence, or is it just that, that feeling of knowing that you're giving good vibes to your friend? You're not sure, but it does your heart good. And with a 16, you'll see whether or not Enor's ear has been bent your direction throughout the day. So, as Azure comes to each of you and gently kind of grabs your shoulder and shakes with her large dragonborn claws, she kind of whispers to each of you, "The sun is rising, it's time to move. Let us go." And before long, you are all, some a little more chipper than others, but everybody is out in front of the guild hall. The first lights of sun are starting to come up. There's that beautiful kind of blue tint to everything, and the dew on the ground is wet against your boots. The chirp of birds and the sound of the surf in the sea, as a new day is in front of you, full of promise, but also a lot of danger. She looks at all of you and says, "All right, so I have a general direction from the reports that we had gotten when we first sent people out, but is anybody here particularly good at tracking or whatnot?"
Andy.
Oh, the little one. You're full of surprises, my friend.
Boo.
Right. Okay. Try to stay quiet. Try to stay close. Our plan here is to find signs of the creature, and then investigate and look for signs of our fallen comrades, and keep our heads always left and right in case we are ambushed ourselves. So, here we go. And she turns, and you notice that she does have a short bow on her back, but she's actually got these two, essentially like bastard swords, one on either hip. That she's carrying. You've not seen her carry double swords before, but she's got a sword on either hip, and she actually kind of like almost grabs them as she runs to keep them steady, and starts taking long strides with her tall frame, and you all have to move to keep up. So, What I would like is for Peony to go ahead and roll a survival check to do some tracking. And Azur's going to roll one as well.
Cool.
Azure got a natural 20.
Hey, what's up?
She's good at her job.
I have a total of 22.
Okay.
Ooh.
Between the two of you, you go for about 2 miles on rough paths and whatnot out of the city itself. And Realmshield is already near the edge of the city, so it's not long before you're out of the city proper. And you go for about 2 miles out, and then there's a spot where she kind of careens off, and she's like, this is where we were told, roughly, because of that tree, where the monster had taken someone before. It looks like we're going to be getting into some marsh lands and some wetlands, so roll up those pants if you don't want to get too wet. And she begins to trudge off. Peony, you and her work together to start kind of picking things out, and you're noticing things like broken tree branches, like low branches, and whatnot. You're not catching any footprints yet, but you're catching almost these like disturbances through the ground, as if something had been dragged through. Kind of big swaths of areas that have kind of been disturbed and whatnot. And so, you okay there, Casey?
My cat just tried jumping on my leg.
Oh, no!
All claws.
Surprise attack!
D4 damage.
Take a 1d4 piercing damage from a tabaxi claw.
Woof.
Ugh.
Yeah, and so
Meow.
you begin to make your way pretty quickly in a specific direction. It's quiet in here. You're far enough away from the surf and the coast that you're not hearing anything there. And you're not hearing any of the town. Just hearing kind of that damp kind of sound of everybody running through the wetlands, and some animals and birds and what. So anybody who would like to, please go ahead and roll a perception check just to keep an eye out as you go.
Can I have, since I'm running Malachite, can I have Malachite cast Pass Without a Trace on us?
You can, yes. So Malachite can cast Pass Without a Trace as long as you all stay, I believe, within 30 feet of him.
Yes.
You all have a plus 10 to stealth check. So in addition to that perception, let's go ahead and have everybody roll a stealth check as well.
It's a nat 1 perception. Grogu's saying about it.
Oh, no.
Daisy May is stealthy.
We're doing stealth? Okay.
Okay.
With a plus 10. Ooh, baby.
Ew.
Plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
30 for
30.
stealth.
Oh my.
36.
37.
Oh, damn!
30 for stealth. 30.
30 from
That's,
Grokus.
Mama.
Oh, and
Cool.
additionally, I'm going to use my boots to make another set of halfling footprints. instead
Okay,
of my
yeah, so you're
normal
leaving
size
halfling
feet.
prints
Oh, cool.
behind instead of
Mhm.
tiefling ones. Yeah.
Very cool.
16.
16?
And I would say I don't Grogu's a disadvantage because he left all his armor behind. All he really has is like his warhammer that he's had for like ever.
Okay.
So that's why
No
he doesn't get
disadvantage
disadvantage
on
anymore.
stealths
Then.
anymore.
Aranis got a 24, Malachite got a 19.
And Azure got a 17, but like with everybody together, those are insane rolls. You all are moving very quietly through this marshland, and very much kind of picking your spots, making sure you're not stepping on any dry twigs, the few that there are. Not even leaving too many, like you're finding the firm places, right, and the rocks to move on as much as possible. You're not even leaving too much in terms of footprints and a trail behind you. And in fact, because of Pass Without a Trace, you're leaving no trail. You cannot be tracked. So that's cleaning up behind you what you might leave.
Really taking that national parks leave no trace to
Yes.
like a T.
Very much so. Very much so. We're doing some responsible hiking here. Perception checks from anybody who wants them, please.
Oh, yeah.
We all got wrapped
21.
up in stealth.
Nat 1.
Or
that's
sorry,
right, yep.
22.
22?
17.
17.
That's a 9 for Aranis.
4.
And a... Oh my god, a 7 for Malachite. I'm rolling really bad.
Casey.
Okay.
At least my passive perception's like a 24, so like.
But in this moment, you're actively looking, so you would
Okay,
go with
well,
that roll.
22, a 2-point difference. That's okay.
2-point
That's fine.
difference.
That's not bad.
Dang,
That's
gee,
not
look
bad.
at wow.
Let me look up a stat here real quick. Did
No,
anybody
you
get?
don't
How to
need
kill
look
us.
Did anybody
That's
get
the
a
monster
19 or
still.
higher?
Besides,
There's a what?
Who had higher than a 19 or a 19 or higher? Just you, Peony? Okay. As you're going, you're not seeing any signs. You're seeing signs of the creatures, but you're not seeing the creatures themselves. And then, Peony, you just see like a disturbance in one of the kind of wetter areas, almost like where sometimes it goes to like a shin height or a knee height pond. And you just see kind of like a and like a large ripple.
Peony is going to tap Azure.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes.
Pond, pointing at the pond.
Right. That direction? Just a disturbance, or did you see a creature?
Disturbance? Like,
Right.
is the pond still rippling a little bit?
I mean, as just vaguely. Just
pond
vaguely, yeah.
pond movement.
Yeah.
But it went like under.
Got it. We should all fan out a little bit, not too far from each other, but not to allow it, whatever it is, to grab more than one of us at a time.
Can I start climbing a tree?
You can, yeah.
I think I have something that can help us, guys.
Please.
Just a feeling. For anybody who doesn't have armor, I think I can take a note out of Artemis's playbook and give us some defense. So for whoever doesn't have armor, I can cast mage armor at will, however many times I want. So I'm just going to touch everybody who doesn't wear armor and will benefit from it. So your AC is 13 plus your dex, whatever that is.
If that's
17.
higher than your current armor class, you benefit from it.
Yes.
And if it's not,
Yeah.
then you don't. Is that a warlock ability?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Invocation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ace.
So
Cast at will.
So, just to be clear, is it only people for whom like that 13 plus their dex would be higher than their normal armor class,
Correct.
or only people who aren't wearing armor?
higher
You
than
ha-
their armor class.
Oh,
You can
Okay,
you can
there you
have
go.
armor and still benefit from mage armor depending on your stats. Uranus, you're touching people. You go Peony, Artemis, Malachite, Daisy May, Pry, Grocus, your patron, and you kind of like start and look, and he's standing there like amongst the group, just with this big grin across his long face. He's like, "Gotcha again," and then you like blink, and he's not there.
Biscotti soup.
Uranus just kind of rolls his eyes and shrugs it off because he doesn't have the time to deal with it right now. And the way I think my mage armor manifests is my patron is like muted colors, right? Like
Yeah,
everything is red.
he looks black and white at first glance. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think anybody that I touch, like all the color from their clothes and everything kind of drains for a minute and then it comes back after a second. But if you bump up against anything, there's like all the color goes there to stop it. It's just black energy that stops damage. But I don't think the color comes back for Uranus. I think he just like
You stay kind of
all blacked
grayscale.
out. Yeah.
That's cool,
Since it
dude.
doesn't really affect me, Groka's gonna just shrug it off. So I'm gonna touch him, like save it, because it's not gonna affect me anyway. So just for flavor wise, it's gonna be like, just he's gonna like, you're gonna touch it and shrug it off. Like, I don't need anyone's charity like that. I'm fine. Thank you though.
It's okay to get some help sometimes, Grokus.
DM, can
Yeah.
I activate my slippers of spider climbing
Yeah.
and also just kind of take out my lovely little gun and start climbing up the tree without using my hands?
Yes.
Because I can
fully-
do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can. You can do
pretty
that
cool,
with no
right?
checks.
Iron abs.
Yeah.
It's like if
Or
you're just like doing
strength.
this, like
All core.
Oh my gosh. Blake just posted in the chat. Elmer Fudd is the vibe we're getting from Daisy with her gun. That's amazing. It's got like a
We're
little pop
hunting
thing at the end.
rabbits.
Yeah. Darby, Peony, I'll need you to roll a acrobatics check to climb the tree, please.
Okili dokili.
Do we see
Azure
the-
said, Oh,
Reroll
go for it,
once.
Blake.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
do we see the disturbance? Like, if I'm looking at it, do I
Not
see
at
any
this point,
disturbance?
no. You've kind of been pointed in a direction, but the water's calmed down at this point.
As soon as I see anything, I'm going to charge forward and make an attack. So as soon as thing pops up, that's when I let
Okay.
him, like, I'm ready, like an action to run over and
Okay.
attack.
Good to know.
Wasting
Okay.
no time.
Damn.
18 to climb the tree because I can reroll once. Thank God I'm a halfling. Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
a lot of ones.
So
Yeah, I know it's a lot of ones.
That's
So
why
I don't
many.
like
that's
it.
why she's a halfling.
That's good.
Yeah, you get up the tree with no problem whatsoever.
Adult and Peony are like hunched in the tree in the exact same way. Like,
I give you a little nod from the tree next door.
Love it.
hi.
Oh, go ahead.
Azure
Yeah.
said for us to spread out.
A little bit, yeah. She's just kind of like, trying to get everybody in position.
Okay, like how big around is this? Like, and how close did she want us to stay?
The area where the pool is, I mean, it's hard to say. Like, it's wet, kind of marshy area all over. There's a larger area where you don't see any, essentially tiny little islands of ground. That's maybe 40 by 30 or something like that. But there's little pockets where you can stand, on the ground all over the place.
Okay,
And point of order,
would...
no one's, it's kind of like shin height for the water and whatnot a lot of times. Some places it goes a little deeper, but not enough to what I would consider difficult terrain. It's annoying for your
So it's
feet,
like up to,
but yeah.
for me and Peony, it's like up to like our thighs.
Yeah, I'm not going to penalize you for being a dwarf and halfling, so no one has difficult terrain, but it is you're wet at this point.
I think I ignored difficult terrain.
Probably you do,
anyways.
because
Just
broken.
ignore it.
But you're
Not-
definitely not a ranger.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I
Definitely
am
not.
definitely
Absolutely
not
not.
a ranger.
I think
It is
Pry
my
would
halfling trait.
try to maneuver to like be flanking the pond with
Yes.
someone, or be, it'd be easy for her to flank the pond with someone.
Perfect. As you all get in position and you start to get eyes on things, you notice, you kind of come around some trees and whatnot, and you get into this larger kind of area where there's still several trees scattered, lots of big open areas of kind of low water. And you're looking first in that spot that was pointed to where there was, some sort of disturbance in the water. You're not seeing anything, but then almost immediately your eyes dart up just above the water line. And you see 3 figures, humanoid figures, standing there. And they don't move. Grokus, are you charging?
Yeah, so pull
Okay.
a hammer really quickly. Because the hammer is saying Dwarvish Father, if you're not a vampire, some other may be coming. Sprinting off there, I'm gonna just do 2 attacks.
Okay.
So I'm gonna rage. You're gonna see like the muscles just like, he's old. So his body is like, you see like the ghost of muscles because like he's older now. So you see the ghost of muscles as he kind of tenses up, like his body kind of clenches and he's kind of squeezes the hammer and he charges forward.
Yeah. Make 2 attacks, Grokus, on the nearest person that's standing there.
Nat 20 for the first one,
Okay.
and then 21 for the second one.
Those both
Brokus
hit.
is playing no game. Oh my god.
Those both hit. I'll save you the damage.
Okay.
You come forward to the first one and you swing the hammer. I'm sorry, the axe, correct?
Hey, I think it's a hammer.
Oh,
I
it's a
forgot.
hammer.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's a
that's right.
hammer,
Yeah, hammer. You swing the hammer. You collide with the midsection of this humanoid person that stands about the height of Pry, and you watch as a massive chunk of this person breaks off and goes scattering out into the marsh. And it's in this moment, as you look, and even as you bring the hammer back up and just instinctually swing around and take the head off and just crash it off into a million pieces.
I do a 360. Like I want to hit first and like swing around momentum and kind of get it again.
Yeah, lightsaber style. And you smash it. You realize you're hitting stone.
I'm a dwarf, so it works.
And you've completely obliterated this statue of a person that was standing there. In your rage, you breathe and you and look about and you see 2 more people but there's enough wherewithal to look and go, they're stone as well. They're gray. They're still not moving, and just there, and they're like in pose amongst the waters up to their their shins or their knees, and just frozen in time.
Have we all also recognized that he broke a stone person?
Yes, you have all seen this happen. in
What
plain
do
view.
those of us who like to read know about creatures that turn people to stone?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me, Pry, if you would. And anybody else who, I would say, honestly, everybody but Daisy, May, and Peony, not including Grokus because you just did the thing. So I guess just Artemis, Uranus, and Pry. If you could all roll history checks for me.
Only a 9.
A 9.
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
What is my history? That's a 15 plus 0. That's a 15.
8.
What about Malachite? Would Malachite get a roll?
Malachite
yeah.
would as well. Yep. And actually, Artemis and Malachite, if you wanted to go with Arcana instead, you could. That helps.
Oh no.
Malachite rolled a 4, so he got 8.
Yeah.
I got a 7 with the Arcana. But
Okay,
I'm
so I
so
think
sorry, Joe. I'm not doing you justice.
So I think 15 was the high number, correct?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
okay.
yeah.
So with the 15, there's a couple spells that you've read of that can do this, but as far as creatures go, there is a creature known as the Basilisk that can, with its sight, turn people into statues in order to be consumed at a later time, should they so desire.
Is everybody still within like 120 feet of me?
Yes.
Could I just like ping out message to everybody? Hey guys, I think it's a basilisk. And Azure, those might be your people.
I do not
What the hell's a
recognize-
basilisk?
Big snake.
Turns
Terrible
people to stone.
if you look it in the eyes.
So avoid eye contact. Roger that.
Yeah, and so in this moment, as you all stand here kind of taking stock of everything, Malachite, Grokus, and Peony, you all are the first to hear this disturbance in the water. And you look about as all of a sudden a large reptilian head, Apocalypse Now style, just peeks up over the top. This massive jaw that's almost gator-like, but broader and wider.
Can I attack that? Can I attack that since it's that move? Can I use that?
We're gonna have everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Damn. Also, like, can I attack
there
that?
it is.
Waste my nat 20.
Vintage.
All right.
All right, so
Thank
popping
you.
people over roll 20. I have everybody lined up in a nice little line. However, please move yourselves to where you would be. This person right here, here at the bottom left statue is the one that Grokus attacked. So where everybody would be in regards to that is where you need to place your characters. And we're going to roll some initiative for some monsters, too. Oh, not good.
I rolled a natural 20 for a
Holy-
30.
Holy!
Jeez,
Oh,
yeah.
snap.
Nice.
Alert feet, baby.
I just rolled a
That was-
2 and a 1 for their initiative.
Oh.
Ooh.
I do
Oh.
have alert. Yee-hee.
Hate it.
Alert's the best.
I hate
Oh,
it.
fucking suck my tit.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
leaving it in.
Again with a hot mic.
Oh, yep. Which ones are trees?
Any of the large bushes would be a tree. So I'm going to go down the list. Grokus, can I get your initiative? please?
9.
A 9. And then Pride,
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
a 20. And then
9.
Artemis, you were at disadvantage.
Yep, so 9.
Okay. And what's your dex?
Oh, there's nothing to be higher than I think Grokus.
Okay. So we're going to put you at 10 unless somebody else has 10. Peony?
17.
17. And then Malachite?
Malachite got a 2.
2.
Tasty.
And Daisy May, you had a 30?
I rolled a natural 20.
You are insane.
Natural 24 plus 10.
That's amazing. And then Uranus.
7.
A 7. And
Casey.
It's a bad night for me, dude.
it's a bad night.
Stage your dice right now.
Yep. And then Azure got a 20. So, as we enter combat, you all look and see as... Let's see, let me go to the right layer here because I got GM stuff going on. You all look and watch as a large hulking creature begins to move its way up out of the water. And it is not a snake, although it is reptilian, but you see 6 legs, actually 8 legs, kind of come up and like hoist this massive body up out of the water, disturbing all the kind of the vegetation and everything around it with this long tail. And it just kind of not roar, but gives this like low guttural. You look and notice that on this creature, it has eyes, but they're clouded over thick with like almost like cataracts that are incredibly thick, and it's not even really making use of its eyes to look around, but it just seems to like generally growl in a direction, but it begins to take a step. So as we start combat, Daisy May, you are up first with a 30.
Okay. And so I can see this beauty.
You can, yes.
All right. So let's see how far. I think my range is 30 feet. I don't know that I'm actually. Am I 30 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're about 45
outside.
from it. Yep.
All right. Well, let's see. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my gun ready to shoot.
Okay.
But I'm going to hold my action until it's within range, which
Okay.
will be 30 feet. So if it gets closer, I will then fire it.
And someone asking in the chat what the pink thing in the southeast corner is. That is Petal. So that's a little icon for Petal, the pink dragon. So Darby, if you want to control her as well, you can. In the lower right corner. All right, so Daisy May, you're holding an action. You're training in on your sights, getting ready to lob essentially a grenade at this thing when it comes close. Awesome. That's going to bring us to Pry.
Okay, so nobody's actually attacked it yet.
Not yet.
Goodness. Oh man, but you're saying this is not difficult terrain for us to run
We're not
through?
considering it difficult terrain for the purposes of combat.
Oh, friend, why are you so far away? Yeah, Jesus. Sure. I'll move up to this island, and I don't know if I want to, like, get right up in its face right this second. Sure, why not? I will. I will use my bonus action dash to move the extra 5 feet.
Okay.
And smack it with my rapier, I guess.
All right.
Actually, no, I'm gonna use my clockwork amulet to automatically get a 16 on the attack. Does that hit?
That does just hit.
Okay, so that's that for the day.
Okay.
But because there are no other creatures within 5 feet of us, I get my sneak attack damage and my regular rapier attack, which I bet is not going to do much because... Okay. Regular rapier damage is 8 total.
8 total. Okay.
Yep, and then sneak attack. 11 sneak attack.
Okay, so 19 damage total.
Yeah.
Okay. As you hit this creature, Pry, your rapier sinks in into some of the hard flesh and does damage it. At the same time, there's all of a sudden a sound and a disturbance in the air, almost like a fungal puff, and you watch as this gray dust seems to kind of come off of the creature and hits you in the nostrils. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
What the fuck?
Cool.
Oh,
Is this poison?
No, it is not considered a poison.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Con save is 18
An
total.
18. Okay, so you inhale this stuff, but then kind of cough it out and actually end up sneezing. And you are not currently affected by whatever this effect was. So that will bring us to Azure. Azure is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She can get right up to it. She's got to pull out the two swords. And as she's running, you see her whip the swords out and then put them against her shoulders like this, and then draw them across her own shoulders and draw blood. And as that happens, you watch the edge of the sword as the blood goes across it light up blue and just stay. So like both swords have one edge that just is like blue lit as she runs towards it. And she leaps up into the air and comes down and slash with 2 attacks.
Hell yes. That is epic.
That's going to be a 21 to hit and a 19 to hit. So both of those hit. She's going to do, because it's easier with NPCs, she's going to do 22 points of damage. However, she is now going to have to make 2 of these saving throws. The first one's a natural 16. And the second one is a fail with a natural 3. So she slashes, and then she slashes again, and you watch as like a ton of this dust comes up into her face, and she kind of... and then you watch as her skin begins to harden up. And she doesn't completely go gray, but you watch as she's moving, and she's looking at you, Pry, with like this panicked expression in her face as her movements become stiff. And she fights against it. But for the next round, she is restrained as she begins to petrify. That's going to bring us to Peony.
Hi. I would like to cast something. Can I think of my words? The thing, the concentration picky wiki.
Hunter's Mark?
Hunter's Mark?
Yes, Hunter's Mark. Thank you. You
the
know
concentration
that thing.
Paduki.
The Paduki Uki. Bazinga. I did it. Yeah.
Okay. Hunter's Mark it is.
And then I would like to just start blasting. Yeah, Peony will see that happen. She'll pull out her bow, and with the little like red laser sight, just fire once with her bow.
Okay.
Pedal by her side, so we'll see. God, it's been a while since we've done.
I know, it has been a while since we've done combat.
It's been a hot second. Okay, does a 25 hit?
A 25 most definitely hits.
Cool. Okay. Now with my Drake companion. Okay, so 1d6 plus 5 is my normal thing. And then Hunter's Mark adds an additional d6 to it. And no. This is a magical shot, which is nice.
Okay.
Que bueno. Where are you? Draconic Companion adds a extra d6 of acid damage, I guess. So, cool. Yikes. 26 plus. So 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Is there anything else added on top of that? It does have the infusion already added. Okay, cool. 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage against it. Okay. Boom. Looking rough already. Like, you've all come in hard and hit it several times. Nothing's missed, really. As this thing is now bleeding from several places. Do you have another attack, or is that your turn?
Nope.
Okay.
That's my turn.
There we go. That will then bring us to Artemis.
Okay. Artemis is gonna take to the air.
Okay.
And yeah, she's gonna go invisible.
Okay. So you cast invisibility.
Yes, yeah.
For the start of your turn.
Yes, yeah. And that's my turn.
Okay. Grokus, you watch as this creature emerges and your friends rush in, and now you have your moment.
Yeah, so I charge forward 2 attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll those attacks.
So it's going to be it's a 23 for the first one,
Hits.
and then 16 for the second one.
16 just hits, yes. So go ahead and roll damage for both of those.
Ooh. Why is it not adding it up? So it's going to be okay. So first one's going to be 2. So 5.
Okay.
And then the second one's going to be a 12.
12. Mighty hit with that one. As you bam hit this thing, more of this dust comes off of it. I need you to make 2 constitution saves, please, Grokus.
So first one's going to be a 13.
That passes.
And 20.
And 20. So you take this stuff in and just your rage kind of just shrugs it off. And you are still within your full senses. All right,
That's
that's
no
gonna
different than old age.
It's like, I already feel stiff. Like, we're fine. Aranis, that brings you up.
Aranis is just gonna, that's within 120. He's just gonna slash with his sword twice and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay, the Shamshir comes out and shing shing, and from the blade, these beams of Eldritch energy fly off. Are they straight, or are they kind of like the curve thing, like Kirby's attack in Super Smash Bros.?
They're like the curve. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah.
So that is a dirty 20 for one,
Hits.
and then I think 16 for the other.
16, those both hit.
Sweet. So that is 1d10, so 2d10. Where are my d10s?
And it has disadvantage on any attack. If it attacks anything other than me, it has disadvantage now.
Okay,
So
good to know.
I'm reaching, I attacked it, so yeah.
Good to know.
Where are my regular d10s? Okay. So that is a 6 on the first one,
Okay.
and a 7 on the second one.
How do you
So
want
13.
to kill the beast, Aranis?
Ooh.
I imagine, that those like slices just go straight through it and eviscerate this thing, to be honest.
They come through, and just like the first one hits, and it's like you see this deep V-shaped wound like kind of go in between its legs into its body. The second one hits in that exact same place, and like a maul driving into a log that you're trying to split, it just opens up that wound even farther, and now the thing is almost bifurcated, just lying there bleeding out on the ground, and its eyes that were deeply cataracted just close, and it goes still. That brings us to its turn, and it has none. And that brings us to Malachite. What's Malachite doing in this moment?
I think Malachite is just gonna make his little Eldritch cannon thing.
Okay.
He's gonna use the flamethrower one. So he's just gonna make that and then wait to see what happens next.
Okay. At the very bottom of the initiative order with a 1, you all are waiting here in a moment of stillness, and all of a sudden you hear the water disturb. As rising up out of the water itself, you see Daisy May off to your side.
Babies!
Aranis right behind you.
Oh my
And right
God.
in front of Malachite.
Oh my
My
God.
God.
3 smaller, still large, but smaller than the first one, creatures rise up out of the water and begin to and come in your direction. It is their turn, so they are going to do some stuff. The one near you, Ronis, is going to kind of just turn straight towards you, and it's going to take an attack against you. It's going to bite at you. That is a 24 to hit. And you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage, plus another 7 points of poison damage.
Whoa.
Okay. Dope. So that's 17.
We love
Awesome.
that.
The one in front of Malachite is going to whip around and take a bite against him. That is going to be a 17 to hit Malachite.
That's going to hit.
And same thing, 10 points of piercing, 7 points of poison against Malachite. And then the one that is over by Daisy May, it doesn't see you in the tree.
So
You can take a reaction. Yep.
I was holding my action for the one that we killed, so I don't know if for that one specifically, because I didn't know the other ones were there.
You can totally take the shot at the one that just came up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'd like to do that.
Absolutely.
And I don't know how to do this without actually looking at it, but I'm aiming for its eye without looking at it.
Okay. So in that case, if you're averting your gaze, it's a disadvantage.
Okay, I think I have something I can do though that
Grip point.
can give me a straight,
wait.
a grip point for a straight roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I only have 2 grip points, but you know what? Now's the time to use them. So I will expend a grip point so I can give myself a straight roll on that.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I'm good. So is this Malkit over here?
It
Who
is,
is this
yeah.
right there? Okay, how far away are they from me? Oh, is that so? They're 35 feet from me. Okay, never mind. I thought they were 30.
That's a 26.
A 26 to hit? 100%. Yes.
All right. So then we're gonna do it's 2d8 plus 5 fire damage.
Yes.
3 plus 3 is 6 plus 5 is 11 points of fire damage.
Okay. And we've only seen this one time before in episode 3, so can you describe what happens when your hand mortar goes off?
Yeah. So I kind of like aim and then look away and then just pull the trigger, and it basically it sounds like an explosion.
Yeah.
It just huge explosion, and it's so loud, and it's so like it's not stealthy at all. It probably called some more to us, if we're being honest. But it looks real cool.
This massive charge goes out. Yeah.
I have to like balance myself in the tree. If I wasn't wearing my slippers, my spider climb slippers, I 100% probably would have fell out of the tree.
There's an explosion from the cannon. The charge hits, and there's like a half-second delay before the charge itself blows up on the creature, and you watch it just rock this thing, and like it does like almost like a gator spin where it flips over and then rights itself with all the legs kind of scrambling. Nice chunk of damage there, right on that one shot.
I will keep track of my ammunition because now I only have 9 shots left.
Yes, and what is the splash damage on it? Is it 5 or 10 feet? Because you all watch shrapnel go out from the explosion as well.
Upon a hit, everything within 5 feet of the
Okay.
target must make a dex saving throw.
So it does not hit the remains of that one statue that's still there.
Oh, good.
A couple pieces ping off of it, but not enough to do damage. Yep. This guy, so the one that just got hit was gonna run, but it now turns and looks at you up in the tree, and just makes its way to the base of the tree. And is like trying to like crawl up it a little bit, and kind of like you can feel the tree bending a little bit as it puts its big legs on top and begins to push. But it can't reach you to attack you. So
I've realized that I'm gonna have to reload next turn if I want to shoot again.
it is your turn. So you are top of the round.
I'm gonna reload my gun.
And are you still averting your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it. I also have a blind sense, so I can what is it? Blind sight within range. It's not behind. I'm not looking at it, but like I guess I don't know if we can flavor it that I'm like
What's the
listening for
range?
it. I can hear it. 10 feet.
In that case, now that it's at the base of the tree, you would not have disadvantage on a shot. You could basically just kind of like,
Just like-
Han Solo
yeah.
style, just
Hell
boom.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Man.
Cool. Well, I can't do it this turn because I have to reload.
Han
But
Solo had blind sight. We never knew.
look at that. I mean, I guess I could. Nah. Well, wait. I do have an arm blade. Is this? But this is retract. Oh no, I can't throw shit from that. All right. Yeah. No, I'm gonna. My turn. I'm safe in the tree for now. I'm gonna spend my action to reload my gun and then just be ready for the next turn.
Sounds good. Pry, you are up. You've heard these things coming up out of the water. What are you doing?
So she turns around and this one was attacking Malachite, so like presumably it's facing him, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like if I come up and like attack its back end, I don't have to be looking at its face because its face is in the other direction.
So,
right?
According to the rules, the way it's written is if it can see you and if you can see it. So I mean, all it's got to do is turn its head real quick.
Rats.
So unless you're actively averting your eyes, you will, like at the start of your turn, including your movement, you will need to roll a saving throw.
Okay. Well, I can like skirt around this statue and be flanking with Malachite, right?
Could be. Yep.
Is that? Yeah. Okay. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Because that cancels out disadvantage, right?
Yeah. So if you're not looking, but you're flanking,
Right.
then yes. Yep.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not looking, but I'm flanking. So
Straight roll.
I get a straight roll and still sneak attack.
Because you're not within 5 feet of someone. Yes.
Well, because there's an enemy of the creature within 5 feet of it,
Right.
and I technically don't have disadvantage anymore.
Right. Yeah. Correct.
Cool. Yay. Then I'll hit it.
Okay.
Or I'll try to hit it.
Go for it.
Rapier first. Whoopsie. There it is. That's only a 13. That will not hit.
13 does miss. Yep.
And then a dagger. That's a 19.
19 hits.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So the dagger, I feel like maybe I was doing this wrong. Am I supposed to be adding my dexterity modifier to the dagger when it's in my offhand?
Not unless you have a fighting ability that allows you to do that.
I mean, does like two-weapon fighting as a swashbuckler count? I don't know.
No, you have to have like
Okay.
two-handed fighting or something.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
do
Okay.
it Or something.
In that case, it's just the 4 dagger damage, but max damage, so that's fine. And then the sneak attack is
Yay, sneak attack. It's the best.
These dice are so hard to read, Andrew. 11 sneak attack.
Okay. You don't have
looks
to
so
use
offended.
the gift.
I do have to use them. You got them for my sneak attack. Anyway, that's Pry. I'm done.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Azure. Azure will make a saving throw.
Come on, Azure. Come on, hot dragon lady.
That's a 7 on the die.
Oh no.
Oh,
Plus
That's a what on the dice?
a
7?
7.
Yeah.
That's a 9 total.
Oh
You
no!
Grokus, you're nearest to this, and you watch as Azure turns to move towards the next thing that's in danger. And she reaches out, and then she just slows.
no.
And you watch as the gray creeps up over her blue scales, and up finally to her eyes, which gray over.
No.
And Azure Knock, leader of Realmshield, is petrified.
What the fuck, bro?
Oh,
It's all right. It's all right. We can fix it.
Ah,
Maybe.
me.
Peony, you're up.
Okay. 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 Cool. Yeah. Definitely not freaked out by that. It does. Oh God, I have to check the range on my bow. Oh. Oh, 80 feet. I'm fine for the most part.
You're also
Yeah.
not close enough to it in order to warrant a saving throw from looking at it.
Oh.
That's
From
not-
any of them?
Yeah, from any of them at the moment. You
Okay.
realize, as you specifically look at the one at Daisy May's tree base, you realize that's just far enough away that it's not really clocking me, and you realize that the range is 30 feet.
Yeah. The one that hit Uranus is kind of the one that worries me the most, since Uranus took a lot of damage. So I'm
Okay.
fire.
Lob an arrow that direction.
I would like to bonus action shift my
Yes.
hunter's mark.
Yep. Move that over to that guy for sure.
Yep. And I need to double check if it's just seeing me hit, or if Petal has to be within 30 feet of it getting hit. Drake.
You can
Whenever
hit
another
it
creature
all the way
within
over there?
30
Yeah, longbow
hits.
Holy
has
shit.
a longer range.
Damn.
Well, I have a short bow. It's 80 feet at minimum. 30 to 20, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm too small for a
7 feet.
longbow. Yeah, I think Petal's thing still activates because she's within 30 feet of me.
Yes,
hitting.
it's because she has to like light the arrow as it goes by. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yay. I have inspiration from some time ago. Can I use it?
That you haven't used?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I trust you.
All right. Get rid of that little thing. Bing bong
That's
ding.
from back to like episode 3.
I know, right?
Members Market Greta.
Just sitting on it.
It's been sitting on it. Okay.
Come on.
25. I
Hits.
think will probably hit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Roll damage.
Kill it.
Cool. Nee. Bang, bang, bang. 10, 12 plus 5. 17 points of damage.
17
Yeah.
points
Magical
of damage.
damage.
Okay.
Magical piercing damage. 4 of it is acid.
Okay. An arrow comes flying by your ear, Uranus, and sticks into this thing. And it's a pretty good shot. You watch it kind of like wince. Good chunk of damage, still coming strong.
Ugh,
Seem
God.
super affected by it. Yeah.
Cool. Neat. Chill.
That's going to bring us to Artemis. Point of order, Artemis, you're invisible. It can't see you. So
Okay.
therefore the magical effect can't take place
Okay.
while you're invisible.
Okay.
You
know what?
also, like, it's not perceived you, so you would have advantage on any attacks against one of these creatures
Hey.
as an unseen attacker.
Oh, great. Now I'm torn between what to do here. You know what? Can she fly over to where like Azure and Grokus are?
Yes, you should have enough range to do that.
Yeah, because it's like 50 feet of
20,
movement.
25. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Can she cast? I know it'll drop the invisibility, but can
Mhm.
she cast Lesser Restoration on Azure?
You can certainly cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. What does that look like when you cast it?
So when she's gonna place her hands on like either side of Azure's face, and like blue energy is just gonna like emit from her
Yeah.
hands and just work its way through her body.
Okay. You kind of come down on the broom and float into frame right in front of her and place your hands gently and pulse this blue light through. And as you do so, you watch it travel across the surface of the gray, petrified Dragonborn. And you wait with bated breath for her to breathe back. And she doesn't.
Holy fuck.
And you feel a moment of warmth. And you go, this is the right track, but this spell isn't strong enough to remove this curse as a lesser restoration spell.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. She's just gonna like curse under her
You
breath.
become visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's her turn for now.
Okay. You want to move your mini over there for me, just so that
Yeah.
we know where you
Sure.
are. Great.
Really good try.
Really great try.
Yeah.
Grokus.
Just put a quick hand on Arms' arm that's gonna run off and gonna so I wouldn't need to attack it recklessly, or we're gonna get advantage because of flanking. My eyes are open.
You wouldn't be flanking. So are you averting your eyes?
No.
No. Then in that case, you wouldn't get flanking because you're not directly opposite.
I'll
But
recklessly attack it.
you could go reckless, yeah.
Okay.
Because you're not averting your eyes at the start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's go here. That's gonna be 21.
Totally fine. Yeah. You feel this, it looks back at you and you feel it try to magically influence you, and that burning anger that you've been feeling for the past couple of days just pushes
Well,
through.
that and then plus I probably just killed a person, so yeah. So I'm gonna do 2 attacks again.
Go
so when
for
it's
it.
reckless, it's just on the first attack?
No, reckless is for both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both at advantage.
Okay, so we do it again. So first one's a 16, so we'll hit. I'm gonna do it
That
again.
hits.
To see if I get a 20 though.
Yep.
Okay, so first attack hits, so second attack. 17's the lowest for a second, see if I get a 20. Yeah, 20, so they're both gonna hit.
Yep, they're both gonna hit, so go ahead and roll damage on that.
So first one's gonna be an 8,
Okay.
and second one's gonna be a 11.
11. Okay. You slam into it with the hammer, and with the second strike, you hear a crack as the middle of the 3 legs on that side breaks. And you watch it buckle a little bit and like hiss and whip back at you, trying to attack you back. But you're doing some heavy damage to this one for sure.
And disadvantage on everything. If it attacks anything else, it's advantage. If it tries to attack anything else.
But it does have advantage against you.
Yeah,
because you were
advantage on
reckless.
me. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it would either way. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. A lot of damage there. So that brings us around to Uranus. You've got one right in your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Arms of Hadar. I think just instinctually these fucking tendrils erupt from Uranus. So that is each creature within 10 feet of me has to make a strength saving throw,
All right.
which is DC 15.
Ooh, I did not roll well. What's their strength? Let's see here. 12. So that's a fail.
So that's 2d6, and they can't take reactions until their next turn.
Okay.
So
that means no attack of opportunity if you were to move away.
Oh, I know. That's
Okay.
why I did it. So that is 6 points of damage, and
Here's my question. Did you avert your eyes?
ooh, I did not.
Then I need you to roll the damage, but I also need you to roll a saving throw, a Constitution
Okay.
saving throw.
So yeah, that's still 6 damage. What do I add to Constitution? I think it's just a +1. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. What was the damage on Arms of Hadar?
6.
A 6? Okay. As you cast this and you watch the arms just like these, like almost like octopus tentacles erupt out of the ground and out of you even, kind of splitting up out of your arm and hand and just batter this thing back and forth. There's a moment as it's being beaten where all of a sudden it looks up and like one eye goes directly towards you and you lock eyes with it. And in that moment, you feel your bones begin to solidify and you feel your skin to begin to harden and crack. And you are not petrified yet, but you are restrained, and you cannot move or take actions or anything.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh.
That's going to bring us to Malachite.
Malachite is gonna just attack the one right in
Okay.
front of it with his bonus action for the cannon.
Okay. I'm going to assume Malachite's averting his gaze, so this would be a disadvantage.
Okay. Yes. How do I do that? Where is the attack?
I mean, if his cannon's firing, something on his. Does he have to look if it's
He's
a cannon firing?
yeah,
We'll
he's
look
got
at
to sight
Okay.
it.
Okay, so it's a Dex save.
Oh, in that
well,
case,
you
it's
got
not
it.
Oh, he doesn't have to aim.
Yeah.
It's a flamethrower.
That's right. It's a
Judge this,
cone.
bitch.
What's the range, though, on the cone?
Oh, good, it's a cone.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's a cone.
excited.
So if I could somehow move him so
You
that
could back him up. Yeah.
so that it doesn't hit
Yep.
Pry and Grokus.
Yeah, you could back him up and just kind of hit the creature with the corner.
Yeah. I'll do that.
He will take an attack of opportunity at disadvantage, I think, because it's not against Grokus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a natural 4. That's not going to hit. Yeah.
Sweet, he's all good. So yeah, deck save of 15, and if he fails, he takes 2d8 fire damage.
Natural 6. He's no way.
Hey.
Hey.
So 2d8. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's his bonus action. With his action, he's just gonna cast Firebolt on it.
Okay. This will be a disadvantage because he's not looking.
Cool.
And on a natural 1, he may hit a friend.
Okay, good to know. Fuck. So disadvantage is 8 plus 7 is 15.
That's just gonna hit.
Hell yeah.
These ones are slightly lower AC than the big one.
And that is 2d10. So that's 8.
8 points. Oh,
Yeah.
not quite enough to kill it, but it is on its last, no pun intended, its last
3
leg.
legs.
Yep. Yeah, excellent work. That's going to bring us back around to the Basilisk's turn. The one at the base of the tree is try to climb the tree. So we're
Come
gonna
and get me.
Yeah, we're gonna make a strength check essentially an athletics check. I'm gonna say
How high am I right now?
How high
I forget
did you
how.
wanna be?
Is this?
I mean, I can go full 30 feet. So
Okay, the
I'll
tree's
be-
not that high. I'd say you could be
All
like
right.
15, 20 feet up.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll say 20 feet. That's
Okay.
fine.
It's a pretty good check. That's a natural 17. However, it's only got 20 feet of movement, and so it can only get 10 feet up. So it kind of up the tree, but it's
All
like
right.
it's like nipping
I
at your
have a
heels, but it's
plan.
not quite there yet. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. I have a plan.
Okay.
Like Casey climbing the wall with the teeth.
That's its turn. The next one is going to take an attack against Grokus, and this is reckless. So
advantage.
It's advantage. Yep. So natural
go.
19.
Yeah.
2 natural 19. So that's going to hit.
Yeah.
You're
Yes,
going to
sir.
take 10 points of piercing damage, halved, because of raging. And so 5.
I failed my con save.
You're still
Do I need to do a con save?
you're restrained. So is it an automatic critical?
What do you mean? I just failed it now. I just took it now and failed.
Oh, you don't do it
Oh.
until the start of your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, so then that was a 1 2. So yeah, okay. How much
It
damage
doesn't-
is that?
Okay, you're not prone and restrained, or you're not unconscious, so that's not a critical. Okay, so you take
What?
5 points total of piercing damage because of rage,
Okay.
and then you
okay.
take 3 points of poison damage.
So 8, okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel it the first time, is what I'm saying. So yeah.
Right.
I thought I was doing it before. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So 8 damage. Gotcha.
Although, remind me, with rage, is poison damage halved, or is it just bludgeoning, piercing?
I have advantage against poison. That's only it.
Oh.
Disadvantage against it. But I don't think that means like it's halved.
Do you have
Disadvantage, like,
resistance against poison?
I don't think so. Let me double check. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Dwarf stuff.
You
Oh
have
my God.
resistance
I don't know my parents.
as a hill dwarf.
Yeah, where do you see it? It's under features, right? Come
It's
on.
No,
on,
it's at the
no, it's
top.
under so next to your armor class, there should be a box that says defenses. There's a little R
yeah.
next to poison.
Oh yeah, they're yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you
Hey,
take half
I didn't
the
know my
poison
parents
damage.
growing up. Okay, they're vampires. Okay, so I don't know.
Yeah, that really bites.
Okay, so a total of 8 points of damage.
All right, so I
On
get
that
one back
attack.
then essentially. Okay.
That was in poor taste.
Oh gosh, you
Yeah, it really sucked. I'm a little
Yes,
baddie.
you guys rock. Yes.
guys are horrible.
Oh my.
All right, so the last one, he doesn't have reactions, but he doesn't need one. He's going to take an attack against Uranus, and he has advantage because
What?
you are restrained.
Ah!
Natural 12,
Ha!
natural 16
Uh,
plus.
uh,
Tough.
Such a roller coaster.
can I use shield?
No, you
Ooh.
cannot because you're restrained.
So as
Hold
this
on,
is
let me
coming,
double check.
No, you can use you can
Yes, you could
restrain-
use shield. Yes, you could use shield.
Yes. I'm casting shield.
So what's that bring your AC up to?
20.
With the plus, well, it's a natural 16 plus his 5, so that's a 21.
so as this is happening, so Grogu's gonna look up.
Yeah.
So go ahead, he's gonna look up and just gonna His eyes are gonna go wide. So go ahead and do the attack because I'm gonna do something. I have a ability.
Okay. Well, the damage is 10 points of piercing plus 7 points of poison.
It's gonna be 2d6 less. So let me roll dice on this thing.
Oh man, that was some back and forth. I love that. That's good.
So it's gonna be. So I'm just gonna look up. I'm gonna see Ron's getting attacked. My eyes are gonna go wide. I'm just gonna see something because I'm using my reaction to because it's been 30 feet at me. So I'm using it's called Spirit Shield. So I don't know. You can say what I'm gonna see. It's gonna be. So it's gonna be 10. It's gonna be 2d6 less. It's gonna be 10 points. It can be saved from. And so I just look up because I see him in danger. Just I look up, and if you want, you can say, I don't know what I'm going to see.
Why don't you go ahead and describe it? Yeah.
So it's so basically it's like ancestors. So I don't know who I would.
Yeah.
Who's dead? Who's there? But so I just see.
As you look out, Grokus, and you see one of your most trusted friends starting to turn to stone and being bitten by this creature. The rage within you explodes, and you reach out as if to stop it from too far away, and you watch as rising up out of the muck and the mud around Uranus, you see two spectral dwarven figures just float up. You don't immediately recognize who they are, but they have bare chests and large arms and big, thick braided beards, and they reach out and grab the jaws of this creature as it bites down onto Uranus, and they wrestle it back from taking the entire damage. So you end up taking only 7 points total of damage, Uranus, as the effect is lessened, as these things begin to wrestle this creature. And then as quickly as they're there, all of a sudden you see their hands move through, and they scatter to the wind like fireflies.
Yeah, Grover's looking just shell-shocked. Yeah.
That will bring us back to the top of the round, and Daisy May with one climbing the tree underneath you.
All right. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna Han Solo shot first. And it's not disadvantage, right? Because I've got the blind sight, and
yeah, it's just a straight shot.
Yeah. Cool.
However, I'm trying to think of this because you're within melee range of it. Well, no, you're not, because it would have taken an attack. So no, you're far enough away then. Yep, just fire.
Bam. Yep, that's gonna hit. That is a 25.
Oh yeah.
All right, and I also totally forgot that I get 2 attacks per action.
Oh no.
So, I can't fire again because I have to reload next turn, but I do have another plan. Okay. Where I can still attack. So let me roll the damage for this first.
Yes.
Hit it with the gun.
Plus. 9, so 14 points of fire damage.
Ooh, okay.
And then using my slippers of spider climb. First, after I fire, I'm gonna use my bonus action to extend the arm blade that I have, and then using my my slippers of spider climbing, I'm gonna go down, and for my second attack, I want to stab it.
Okay, you extend the arm blade.
I actually don't need to. Sorry, I don't need to go down because if I went down, then I'd have to back up, and I don't want to do that because then I could get an opportunity attack. Because it says when I extend it, I can use the weapon as if I was holding it.
Yes.
So I could throw it.
That's right. We did establish it. It can pop out into your hand to be a thrown weapon. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to throw it.
Yes.
Get my rogue in there. 21.
That hits.
Excellent.
You know they took out Gorm or whatever. Shoot.
That's gonna be 7 points of piercing damage.
It is looking rough. It is starting to look real bloody. If you were looking at it, you would notice this.
I'm not looking at it. Nope. I can just hear the whoop. Actually, would that? No, it actually doesn't matter. I was going to say, does that dagger attack need to be disadvantaged? But we've got
the blind sight. Yep.
Okay. So I didn't move at all. I don't plan on moving at all.
Okay.
Just stay down.
Okay. We'll still climb up after you, but
that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, that is all I can do. All right. Yeah, that's all I can do.
That brings us to Pry.
Can we can hear whatever is happening to Aranis back here, I presume.
You can hear screaming,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Pry is gonna kind of like look at Grokus and be like, "Do you have this one, or should I?"
I mean, are you averting your eyes or are you looking at Grokus? I mean, you're looking in that direction, you're gonna see the creature.
I mean, imagine she
confused.
just talk. Imagine she's have to like.
Oh yeah, I
she'd
mean,
probably
like
hear me
you
up
know,
loud,
sort of
so-
indicating to
Okay,
him.
so-
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Sorry, it's the chief mechanic of this creature. I want to
Fair
make sure we're
enough,
clear
yeah,
about where your
yeah.
eyes are. Yeah.
But yeah, do you have a preference?
He can't even hear. Like he's like so out of it. I'm sorry. He's like, yeah. So.
No, that's okay. She is gonna bonus action disengage from this
Okay.
one, and run. Yeah. This square is the creature's square, right?
Correct. It's taking up 4
Okay.
squares. Yep.
That's fine. So can she?
Technically, Grokus, you would be a square back. It doesn't make
yeah.
a difference, but yeah,
Oops.
you technically be here. Yeah.
Can I run down here and like I can like push Uranus like out of the creature's way,
You
right?
could, yeah. Yeah. You
Okay,
could kind of
yeah,
tackle him or shove him.
Yeah, she'd like to sort of like scooch him out of the way so she can basically take up the spot where he was or whatever, interpose herself.
Okay,
and-
he's restrained, so to actively move him, it's not like you have the help of him moving with you. Like,
Yeah.
you would use your action to move him.
I mean, like, can she just, sorry, to like tap him on the shoulder and have him like bowling pin backwards out of the way? Like,
If you just bull rush him as part of your
She just-
movement, yeah.
yeah, she just like pushes him out of the way of the creature.
Okay, yeah. So you go toppling over, then you're prone
Sorry.
now, Uranus. If she does that, yeah.
But she's now in between him and the monster.
Okay.
So that's the intent. And averting her eyes will slash at it with her rapier.
Okay, so you will have disadvantage on this attack.
Yep.
Which means no sneak attack.
Yep. Disadvantage was a natural 9 plus 6 is 15.
Just enough.
That is 4 total.
4
stab.
total. Okay, this one's looking pretty hardy still. Where you've been looking at.
But here I am.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. Thank you. It's not going well.
That brings us to Azure, who is petrified, which then brings us to Peony.
Vibe check on the basilisks. The one by Daisy May looks pretty bad.
Let's see, you're far enough away that you can vibe check them without having to make saves. So yeah,
Sick.
the one by Daisy May is looking rough. The one by Grokus is looking really rough. And the one over by Pride, it's a little far away, hard to tell. Seems to be okay.
I'm gonna hit the one that's by Pry.
Okay.
Oh, because that one worries me the most, especially with Uranus looking like a bowling pin tipped over. So I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna bonus action. No, it's on that one. I did aim at that one last time, so
Yes, yeah, you got Hunter's Mark on that
Is there
one.
anything else I can do with my bonus action?
So attack, pedal, Hunter's Mark. That's what you should be adding up.
I don't want pedal anywhere near those things. Absolutely not. I could spend a bonus action to command her to do something else, but absolutely not. No, thank you. All right. I can reroll ones. This sucks.
Hey, so this is the fourth one.
So
Yeah,
this is
I
the
Be a half-
third one.
I'm gonna take that from you at some point, just for a session, just to see what happens.
Oh boy.
Everything will fall apart.
Yeah, right.
16 to hit.
That hits. Yes.
Awesome. Oh, baby. Okay. So 6 points of acid damage.
Okay.
8 plus 5. And then 13 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, it went
my
from looking
math
pretty
list.
good to pretty bad real fast.
All of it magical, baby.
Yep, that
Let's
sinks
go.
deep into it, kind of in a soft spot under one of the legs, like you arced the arrow perfectly, and it's now like you're seeing its eyes kind of go wide. It's kind of thrashing and twitching and not looking good at all.
Can we keep it?
No!
No!
Please, no.
Artemis, you're up.
Because it's killing me.
Cool. So Artemis
So cute.
is gonna fly over to where Uranus and Pry are.
Okay.
Yep. And then she's gonna place a hand on Uranus and cast Cure Wounds at second level. So 2d8 plus 2. So you get 12 hit points back.
I will take it. Hell yeah.
And
Nice.
then she's gonna use she's gonna spend 2 sorcery points to use Quicken Spell,
Okay.
and then cast Burning Hands on the last basilisk.
Okay, and that's a dex save, I believe.
Yeah, dex save of 15 at 3rd level.
Natural 17, so he'll take half damage.
Okay, I'll take that. Cool. So half of 21.
That's enough. That burns him to a crisp, like a lizard on a stick. Like he's just charred by the end of that.
She's just gonna say, "Go to hell," and
All right. Grokus, that brings us to you, I believe.
21 on my save, so
On
I just
your
hit
save?
con. Yeah, so I'm gonna be
So
reckless
you
again.
feel the effect dissipate from you.
I never had it though. I thought. Well, oh well.
Oh no, that's right. Sorry, I was thinking
never
about
had
something else. You're right.
Yeah.
So you
But
yeah,
I'm
it doesn't
gonna
take
attack
place. Yeah.
recklessly, so like I look
Yeah.
just like vision just gone. I go back to kind of get back to the rage. I'm gonna
Okay.
reckless attack this one twice.
Go for it.
What? There we go. So first one's gonna be see if I can get a 20. So
that
23
hits.
for the
Roll
first
damage
one.
on that one first.
Okay, I got you.
Because it's really rough.
So that's gonna be 7.
That's enough. That kills it.
One killed again. Just kidding. Okay.
So
Is that-
if you want, you can rush the other one if you can get there. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
movement.
Yeah. I do. I have 35 because I'm nowhere in ours. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'll do.
Right, because barbarian's an extra movement.
nice.
A little dwarf stubby legs somehow just like. Do I have to make a con save again? So do
No,
reckless.
it's once per turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You're good. Okay, so doing this one recklessly as well. That's a nat 20.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
My
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Artemis just killed that one. So save the
they're
nat
all-
20,
Oh, I can't
but
reach
you
the
would
other
have
one though.
to. Do you have something you can throw?
Throw it.
Can you run towards the other one and throw something with that nat 20?
Can I strike? Can I throw my hammer?
Yeah, I mean, if you get
Can
close
I range
enough.
throw the hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can get. So hold on a second. Where's the ruler? So it's right there. So it'd be. I can get to right. I can get to here,
Okay.
and then I chuck it. So yes.
And that's within the range of a thrown weapon, so you get
my
the same
God.
rolls and you get the nat 20. Yep.
What's the damage gonna? Okay, so I just like out of my range, like out of my mind, just boom. You see, just chuck the hammer. It's out of anger. Just just chuck.
I'm like getting ready to reload the gun, and all of a sudden there's just the hammer
what's
just
the
comes out of
damage?
nowhere.
Flat it
What do I
against
roll
the
for
hammer.
damage for that? What's
So roll the
damage
damage,
for a hammer?
double the dice, and then add the modifier.
What's the damage for the hammer though? I mean, for throwing it, is this
It's
still
the same as
like...
it's the same as hitting. Yeah.
What do you-
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
still
gonna be a
Same as a
19
one-handed
to
hit or a two-handed hit?
Oh no! You already
it
rolled the
crit,
damage.
automatically critted. Yeah,
You
this is
crit,
gonna be a 19.
so roll the
Yeah.
damage.
I did. This is it's so yeah. So I did. It automatically did the crit. So it's gonna be 19 because plus my 2 for.
Gotcha.
Well, no, it's
Oh my
it's like a plus
gosh.
2 for.
Uh,
It's like a plus 2 for the. Oh, is that only for like melee for raging?
no,
it- yeah,
no. I think you get
Okay,
Strength based.
So
the
19.
strength-based attacks, which this is it. So you add the
Yeah.
rage damage.
so
yeah.
19. Yeah, so it'd be 19.
19 total. It had
Mhm.
20 hit points. So you throw the hammer, and it goes, "Whoo, whoo, whoo, whoo," and you see it smash into the head and like crack the skull open, like it's bleeding out. But the hammer falls to the ground, and the creature is dazed. I'm gonna say it knocks it out of the tree, though. There's no way it hangs on at that
Hell
point.
yeah.
Which
Hell
means,
yeah.
which means it then falls 10 feet.
It gets-
It's gonna come on.
It
Take
fails
some
its
fall
dex save.
damage.
Yeah.
And takes 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the ground.
Ooh.
So you hit it.
Oh.
It's dazed. It falls out of the tree, and then when it hits the ground, it hits its head on a rock, And that's the final thing to kill it.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Are they all dead now, or?
I
think that was
They are all dead. At this point,
However.
Uranus, I need you to roll another Constitution save.
No,
Please,
no.
just let me roll well once today. Just once.
I beg.
No.
That's a that one, isn't it?
That's a 6.
Total.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't
Uranus.
have anything.
You
I've not
feel
rolled above a 10 like this entire time.
We can carry him back, maybe.
Mhm.
And
We're gonna have to.
Wait, can I do an intelligence check since I know it's a basilisk for if I know any ways to reverse the effect that I can like scream out before I'm petrified?
roll an intelligence check. This is you're gonna need a high one.
Come on, please.
Come on, buddy.
And I know my ability is only for damage, but like, I mean, could Spectral Guardian, like, I know it's only for damage, but could there be any kind of flavor bonus that would help?
There's
'Cause
not,
I know it's only for
unfortunately,
damage, I
not for
gotcha.
this. No.
I have a -1 to intelligence.
Oh, buddy.
11.
Oh,
No, it
No.
comes to you too late. As you turn your head and look at your friends as Pry has stabbed and Artemis has burned this creature, you try to turn and you try to speak. You try to say good job. You try to provide some bardic inspiration. So you even in the last moment almost try to scream out for your patron, but you feel your throat lock up. And you all watch as Uranus's copper skin begins to fade and go gray, and then eventually his eyes gray over, and the last thing you see, Uranus, are the worried, desperate faces of Artemis and Pry standing in front of you, yelling at you to hold on. And everything goes black, and you all watch as Uranus has been petrified and turned to stone.
So I'm going to. Are we out of initiative or?
You're
are we...
out of combat at this point, yes.
And he's dropping and running out of the tree.
So I'm gonna run over and just like kind of say like no, and just scream out in Dwarvish to Xander like, and do me this one last thing, which balances. Take me instead. I'll become stone. Just answer this one prayer. Just this the last prayer. Take me instead. He is too young. The balance still needs to be kept. I will go in his place. Take me instead. It's fine. That's what the life. Enter, please. Answer this one prayer. Answer this one fucking prayer for me, please. Just once.
Who wound up with the diamonds?
Non-magical items turn to stone with you. The diamonds are technically non-magical.
Okay, well.
There were rocks before, anyways.
Well, okay, that was for flavor or whatever anyway. But I guess like Pry, like Grokus, you were like next to Uranus when you were doing this. Pry's gonna like sit down on her knees next to you and be like, okay, so I know I was kind of avoiding you because I know I sort of made you do something hurtful, but like, are you able to do anything other than beg like that? We've seen you do incredible things to help people. Can't you help him?
Grokus, go ahead and roll a religion check for me if you would.
Is that still gonna be like intelligence based, or is that gonna be the that we talked about before?
No, yeah, you can make it your. I think we talked about making it your wisdom based.
Okay.
He's gonna shimmy on over here.
Fucking every time. Every time.
Too low.
Denied every time I roll that. Every time.
There's no help that can be provided by cajoling / support of friends.
Andrew, I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you feel about triple classing?
Wait, what about would Penny's roll for enter? Would that like help me out at all? Because I didn't know what these two prayed for him. But would that do anything? Like I don't know what happened, but
take advantage on your roll. Re-roll.
Lord
on
Almighty.
Your religion check.
Yeah.
That's a good argument.
15.
15.
Can I give him my inspiration?
He's already got the advantage. In this moment, you Crocus, there's a small thought in the back of your head. There's a knowledge of the amulet you tossed aside, of the faith that you renounced, of the path you started to go down, and in this moment, while not a direct voice, you feel a question pressing upon your mind. Are you really mine?
I screamed, "Give me the amulet!" Well, I don't know if she has an amulet, so I'm like, I need that. So I don't know if it's an amulet, but yeah. So I scream out to hear me scream, "Yes!" Like, yes, like, yes, 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 yes. You can have me now. Like, I can come join you now if you just bring him back. You can just turn me to stone. I can join you and help you wherever you are. Yes, yes,
Peony
yes.
Could Peony come up behind Crocus? Like, she can understand everything Crocus is saying, because Crocus is saying this in Dwarvish, right?
Yeah.
I think she's gonna pull it out quietly and just whisper something before handing it to Crocus, just like, please don't take him away from us. Please let him stay. And then just kind of quietly pass him this amulet.
I'm gonna, as soon as I see her, everything else, I'm just gonna grab Peony and just give her like the biggest hug again.
Grandpa. Big hug back.
I think you just saved Ronus and maybe me too. And I'm gonna just take the amulet and just kind of just pray to Ender, like, Ender, you have my word. If you just help him out forever, I'll try to get the balance. I'm sorry I've failed you so many times. Please don't let this lad. He hasn't failed you, so please. Just please, if you have to take me instead, that's fine. Just whatever you want, just bring him back. Please have the balance.
You grab a hold of the amulet, which is in the shape of scales with some harsh edges, and you grab it so tightly that it begins to cut into your hand, and you feel blood dripping down your fingers. And in this moment, Crocus, you make a commitment. You reaffirm your faith and your dedication, and you feel your levels switch back from barbarian to cleric. That being said, are you capable of casting Greater Restoration at level 6? / you did not have it prepared today because you didn't prepare spells.
It's a 5th level spell.
Shit, I have to hold on. I have to read my whole character sheet. Hold on a second.
Even
Hold
if
on a
he
minute.
can't,
Yeah.
even if he can't do it right this second, like, you know.
Yep.
It is a spell level.
Damn it.
I
Hold
don't-
on.
I don't know.
Okay.
Clerics have access to it at this point.
Hold on. I'm old, so Grogan just kind of figure it out because he's old. So he has to be like, wait a second. How do I?
Like,
Pry's
Hold on a
gonna
second.
look, because like Artemis is right there too. Pry's gonna like make very meaningful eye contact with you and be like,
You
How do I add levels in a
you get
different
5th
class?
level
What the
spells
hell?
at level 9. So you don't have access to it yet. However, you feel the power of Enor come back into you, and you know that with enough study and enough devotion, this is something you can get to. Can I have Daisy May? Can I have you roll a history check with advantage, please?
Sure.
I don't know if this is what you're having her think about, but would we, like, is that Adeline's house chain thing throughout the kingdom or just in Floras?
What's your roll, Daisy May?
16.
16. There's a healer's hut, essentially, in town called Adeline's house, yes. It is not a chain throughout the kingdom, which is why I asked Daisy May to roll it, because you're a local.
Yep.
And you, while it's mostly used for minor
think I
cuts
had
and
that written down
scrapes,
somewhere.
you know, and things like
Yeah.
that, like, you know that for the right amount of coin, they can do a lot
Yep.
of things, and you know that by bringing them there, you're not 100%, but you feel
Yeah.
like if you can scrape together the money and get them there,
Yeah.
there might be a powerful enough cleric in the temples or in the Adeline's houses to help.
I remember writing that down. Yeah, so I'll come down to the my tree and rejoin the group. I have that written down. All right, if we hurry, if we get them back, there's a place in town that's called Adeline's House, and they might be able to help us. They might be able to help Azure and Uranus, but we have to hurry.
And these other two, three?
Yes. If we can get them, but we have to go right now.
Wait hold on a second. I'm going to run up into the one that I smashed in anger. I'm going to see if I can use what's that thing I have? Gentle repose. So I'm gonna try to take the ashes and try to use like gentle repose, like kind of put in place, use gentle repose to be able to kind of do anything, just praying with that. The one that I kind of hit with the hammer.
Roll a spellcasting check for me. So just like I think it's
okay.
Like roll it as if it was an attack, like a spell attack, whatever that bonus is.
That's a. I have like no spells there now. I think that's gonna be. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Oh, you're fine. Take your time.
+7.
Yep.
So. That'd be 23.
23. That's really high. It's a creative use of the spell. That's not what Gentle Repose does. But that being said, I really like that use of the spell. And just kind of chained with the renewed fervor of your dedication to Enor, you put the pieces back and cast Gentle Repose. And it doesn't fill in every crack or missing fragment, but you feel almost stickiness to the pieces as they kind of set in and hold. And you feel like Enor has smiled upon this attempt and has kind of held them together for the time being.
I have 2 questions, DM. First one, I also have written down that there's an apothecary called High Tide Tonics.
There is, yep.
Do you think they might potentially have like a anti-petrification?
Very potentially. Thing? Yep, they've got a lot of stuff. If anybody in town was going to have it, it would be High Tide.
Okay. And then my second question is, if needed, do I know if I could call in a favor with the 3 blades?
You could.
Just to be like, hey, I've got some friends, may be able to help with some jobs, with some work here, but they can't do that if they're turned to stone.
Yeah, I mean, as a leader within the organization now, like you can throw some weight around. I mean, that being said, it's not just
that's my last resort.
It's not an open bar. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna want something back in return. But
of course, yeah. So I'll just say to the group, if we can't get what we need at Adeline's house, there's another shop called High Tide Tonics that might have some potions that we can use as well. And if all else fails, I have one other option, but I'd rather not use it.
Artemis, can you fly DC May? You might be quicker. I will stay with them. I'll stay with them and watch over them. If you guys want to fly, then be quicker.
Oh, well, I mean, we could start trying to carry them back to Realmshield, yes?
How long would that take, though?
What, 2 miles?
I mean, probably that was 2 miles to get to the offshoot, and then maybe you're a mile, half a mile to a mile in. So I mean, you're no more than 3 miles away from town.
Well, maybe if someone can get to Realmshield, they can send us a cart, and then we can meet them on the road. And then
Malachite actually would offer at this point. He's like, if we can get back there, I can bring the horses and the cart. And
oh, his cart is impounded somewhere.
Oh, is it still?
I forgot it back.
Yeah. Never mind. I can't do that.
Distracted by other shit.
Maybe you can fly to Realmshield then quickly. We'll try to meet you up where you can take Daisy May, because then Daisy, I know you said you can possibly do something, so then maybe. I'm gonna pick up Uranus.
If this is going to cost, she's looking at Daisy May for confirmation that it is going to cost.
Yeah, most likely. It'll go quicker if we have the coin.
Pry is going to rummage around in her corset and her backpack and give you all 812 gold.
Good God.
She has left.
Can you break
a platinum?
Oh my God. Can you
Damn.
break a platinum? No, you can't break a platinum.
So that you can use whatever you need
I'm sorry,
to
I
get
got Daddy's platinum card.
Because there's 5 people who need
unpetrifying. Yeah.
So
unpetrification.
Get
Oh my goodness.
Will Realmshield cover the cost of Azure?
They're gonna have to. I mean, we're saving their lives, so
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out after. We gotta go, people. Let's
I
go.
don't care.
Okay,
Take my money.
Daisy May, get on. And
let's go.
Beat it.
As I'm holding Uranus, I'm just kind of crying, just telling him like, "Lad, I could never get you to sit down to tell you about the day I first found balance." And so I brought the tiny to him. I tell him the first
If a
story, like
statue could roll its eyes.
this is a story about Grokus before, like before he found, like when he was still finding it. So this is before he actually found it. So talking about his younger life, like when he's just going through the mistakes that he's made, is going through just like everything, like and saying like, the reason I do this is because he was like a son to me. So I that's why I'm always trying to, because
As some of your tears drip down, most of them get caught in your beard, but some of them find their way off the cheekbone and drip onto the statue in the face of Uranus below you. As if...
And I unpetrify because it's the power of...
Like Tangled?
No.
Tears.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah, thank you for ruining my moment. Yes, okay. Artemis, you and Daisy may book it back to town. And as we end tonight's session, those of you on foot and those of you in the air are in a race to find help, to find recovery for your fallen comrades. But that will be next session's story. Woo!
that's like 2 weeks away though.
I know, we got Gen Con.
2 weeks, bro.
We got Gen Con next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Real quick, Andrew.
Yeah, Peony.
Can Peony dig around the pond to see if there are any eggs in there?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
good God.
You know what?
Gotta hurry, guys. Dig.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought for next time. We'll take a look.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
If Pry and Grokus can muscle all the statues to the road, I don't think the cart's going to be able to get back here. So we're going to have to
Okay.
drag
Yeah.
them through the swamp.
Hold that thought. Probably doable, but
Yeah.
we'll get to all that next time. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, for joining us in our latest adventure. Thank you for your continued support and enjoying the show. We hope you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying making it. Please make sure to like and subscribe, to comment on the videos. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you think's going to happen next. And we'll see you next time here at The First Watch. Bye.
Keep the
Comment
balance.
how many eggs I should find.